Welcome back, teachers. Now that you have successfully demonstrated how to find and schedule virtual field trips through Skype in the classroom, we're going to move on to our next objective. Our next objective is using the Microsoft Educator community. Teachers will be able to find and demonstrate how to find guest speakers in the Skype in the classroom community. So we're going to go back to the Skype in the classroom menu here on the left side of your screen. You have highlighted right now likely virtual field trips. We're going to click on the one right underneath it, which says find guest speakers. That's the next area that we're going to look at. There are hundreds of volunteers that have already signed up with Skype in the classroom to be guest speakers for your classroom. This is the homepage. You will be able to see a quick start guide as to how guest speakers work, but typically guest speakers can be anyone. Okay, there are museums, there are conservation locations, there are individuals, there are foundations, the hundreds of examples of guest speakers that you can find here in the Skype in the classroom community. You will get accustomed to the filter by feature here. They're the same filters that we saw earlier when we were looking at virtual field trips. You can search by age group again, subjects, Skype availability, what country or region, and again, what language. When we're looking at the guest speakers, the language options actually open up far more. So if you're a foreign language teacher, you're a bilingual teacher, and you're not necessarily using the English or the Spanish, you have a ton of other opportunities here to find and search guest speakers by other languages that you might be learning with your students as well. So this is great for foreign language teachers here in the guest speaker search filter section. There's also a regular search that you can use here. And you'll also just be able to see some of the most popular ones. And this screen is constantly changing as well. You can see here some of the options that you have. You can view more. But in my opinion, the best way to do it is to filter. It's going to get you what you're looking for a lot faster. So for this particular example, let's say that what I'm looking for, so I teach 5th and 6th grade. So my kids are between 10 and 12. So I'm going to go here and look at ages 11 to 13. I have different options that I can see here. Okay. I can also be doing it by subject. So I teach a variety of subjects. So let's start with science, for example. So I've clicked on science and I can search here. We've actually done Buffalo Bill Center for the Center of the West. We've done quite a few of these. So that's one way that you can filter as well. There's Oceans First Institute, or you can do a search. So this is an area where you really can play around, take your time, and find something that's the right match for you when you are searching for something that's going to tie in specifically with your curriculum. I just want to click on one so that I can show you real quick. This is what the layout looks like when you've clicked on a guest speaker option. You'll be able to see who they are. They have both request mystery Skype with them and request a guest speaking session with them. So because there are hundreds of volunteers, the way that they collaborate with students can be very different. So this is a place where you can really see those details. Here's an example of the calendar that we didn't see when we were looking at virtual field trips. So some of them do post their availability here in the Skype in the classroom community on the Microsoft Educator community network. So that's a way that you can see if it's a match for you too. Many of them provide plenty of information for you to know who they are, how can you join a virtual field trip, what do the educators on the virtual field trip that your students would be actually speaking with to discuss. You'll be able to see all that information here. You'll be able to see any languages that they speak, their age range again, what are some of those categories and the lessons that they do. And something that I really want you to know about guest speakers is there are many times where I have connected with guest speakers and I have asked them for something that was not listed here, but that I knew that they would be informed in just because of their profession. And I was able to modify what they discussed with my students so that it really truly linked up with what we were discussing in the curriculum. So that's something that's that I've experienced great things with the guest speakers that I've worked with through the Skype in the classroom community here. You can see who they've already met with. So this Skype activity map is actually something that you will have on your own profile here in the Microsoft Educator community as well. So this is where I would hit request a guest speaker. And because they are one of the ones that already has a calendar function built into their profile here on the Microsoft Educator Network, I could actually find a perfect match for me and do the scheduling here. That's an option that you have, as well as the one that you saw under virtual field trips, where you could actually request a time and try to find something that matched for both parties, for both the partner as well as you in your own classroom. So this is how it looks if they already have a calendar feature here for you. And you can add a message and request a session. You're going to get the same confirmation email that you did when you did the virtual field trip, and you will be able to communicate with them via email once you've requested a session. That's an overview of how to find and schedule guest speakers here on the Microsoft Educator Network. And get ready to take the next quiz. Thanks so much.